if there's any positive legacy of Jerry Robinson's time at the Waterford Speedbowl, it was definitely Wings and Wheels.
He created Wings and Wheels. So that would probably be his claim to fame.
We had sat around, in that office trailer, we had put the wipe-off board all the way around one room on the end and called it the conference room. And we'd have, most times, a couple of times a month, sometimes on a weekly basis, I'd put the whole crew together. And Billy Roberts and Pete Zanardi and Tony Leckie and others, we'd sat in there and we dreamt of a big open wheel only show that would include the supers and everything local and the midgets. Zanardi and I were big midget fans. And but we needed a modified show. Well, at the time, when we talked about it, the only thing to do it with would have been the Whelen Modified Tour, the NASCAR Modified Tour. And that was just too expensive. The show didn't make sense. But in that era, along came Jack Bateman's Modified Racing Series, and that put that modified element in there at a price that was affordable. So you could combine the supers and a visiting mod show along with your locals and others.
Wings and Wheels was really cool because, you had the super mods there and it was all open wheel racing.
More so than anything, I thought it was a pretty novel idea.
Going into the event, I wasn't quite sure if it was going to work, if it was going to be this blowout that they were expecting.
You can't have a regular show and pack the house like they did in the 80s and 90s. And Wings and Wheels or a modified tour event is the closest you can get to that excitement.
Seeing that program come together with the midgets and super modifieds was pretty awesome.
And it said something about the race fan in the Northeast or New England that many people showed up for that event.
So the Wings and Wheels from 2008, we were at Lime Rock with Matt, and that race always went Saturday morning, like probably 10 a.m. And Tapley and I decided we would rush back and try to catch this Wings and Wheels event. We thought it would be pretty neat. And it was way cooler than I ever thought it. I mean, the place was mobbed. We had to park at Critical, walk over.
I was late getting to the first one. So I got down there later in the evening, and I just remember pulling into the parking lot and thinking, oh my God, I never expected this. I knew it was going to be a big event, but this is ridiculous.
I do remember the place absolutely mobbed. I don't think you could fit another car in the pits or another person in the grandstands.
First Wings and Wheels was awesome.
It was a really cool idea. It was really cool to see it work.
I remember 09 very well because we actually came back to the field and was able to pass Ronnie Uhas towards the end of that race.
There's nothing better for a competitor than to run strong on a day where the crowd is in the house.
When you drive out of the gate, and you can see everyone's in the grandstands. Yeah, I don't think it changes the way you do anything, but you notice.
The supers are unbelievable.
It's got so much downforce, so much power, so much grip. It's almost like an asphalt version of the World of Outlaws or something. It's such a cool looking car.
The super modifieds are so fast and so exciting to watch.
There's no other division that when they're there, you watch their practice, like you have to watch their practice. When they were on the track, you were watching no matter what.
There's no doubt in my mind it's a behind-the-scenes mastermind of bringing in that many fast, badass race cars
The crowds were great, car counts were awesome. So yeah, it was an awesome show.
It was unreal how many people were there, and it was just a really cool show.
The grandstands are usually packed, and it's just like a whole vibe.
As far as the show itself, it was just phenomenal. It was, great to see that kind of stuff.